Hello, friend. Welcome into this mystery reading. I'm Molly, the Quantum Leap Queen. Thanks for joining me on this reading. These readings are a timeless resource for you to come utilize whenever you need some extra nourishment in your life. So trust that if you found this reading today, there is a message here for you. I'm going to set the intention, as always, to give you the best messages that you need to hear today. And I am starting with the Pause Tarot. So let's take a look. What is most important for my friend to know today? I have the Magician. Ooh, the Nine of Swords reversed. Ooh, nice. This feels like a new chapter, a new identity where you are not playing victim to life circumstances. You have done a lot of work mentally, emotionally, but now feels like more of a calm chapter, or a chapter where your thoughts don't run the show. They don't overwhelm you. There's some kind of mastery of the mind here, and some kind of tapping into the magic within you to create. And that's the Magician energy. This ownership, this mastery of all the elements in order to manifest. So yeah, that's exciting. I feel this is a good chapter. There's something really shifting around how you see yourself, how you see life. I just had some cards go on the floor. One sec. I have the Six of Wands and the King of Swords. So it has not been easy, but I feel like how you've gotten to this place of not playing victim is you've really followed the path of integrity and honoring yourself and others. Not that you're perfect, right? But I just feel like you always come back to that way of where's the good karma here? Do I want to create more bad karma, or do I want to create good karma? And I feel like you always chose that path of good karma. Or always like corrected your wrongs, or there's something where you're just taking ownership and accountability of the things that you did, so you didn't so that everything was intentional, and you're taking ownership over it. And I feel that helps you to then not play victim. And it wasn't easy. There's a lot of heartbreak in those decisions of not to get revenge, of just to pick your fights. Like, it's not easy to make those decisions. It's not easy to walk away when you feel that you're misunderstood, or there's been injustice or something like that. But I just see like that's actually what got you ahead now, or is getting you ahead, is the letting go of needing a certain outcome, having certain expectations. You just really committed to you and your own path, and the message of like, staying in your own lane, minding your own business is coming up really hard here. And then just aligning yourself with the people and the situations that are also in integrity. All of that is coming up hard here, to say you have done a lot of work to get to this point of the Magician. And it's letting those people that want to see you in a certain light that maybe isn't true, just letting them do it, or letting them think what they want to think, and just seriously like caring so much less about what people think about you, and much more about what you think about you and what's important for you now. So that's what I'm getting. You've had a lot of instability through your life. A lot of people not honoring you and doing what's best for them, more self-serving. And just not always honoring your emotions, and there wasn't always respect, right? And that's something you're learning deeply now, is how to respect yourself at these crucial levels. And I think that's just getting you ahead now. It's like you've become a master of instability, because you've now created that stability within you. That's what I'm getting. Let me ask if there's anything else from the tarot. I I have strength and the devil reversed. It's like you're no longer putting up the fight to continue the trauma bonded relationships, the codependency. You're just no longer putting energy or effort into it. You literally no longer identify with it. And that's what's getting you ahead, because you've taken on the vibration of identity now, of that just isn't me anymore, fam. Maybe at one point it was, but not anymore. And you're not afraid to let go of old ways of seeing yourself, of old thought patterns, of literally old identities. So um, it's like hats off to you, or kudos to you for doing the work to see yourself this clearly, because it really takes an eye of a realness, of truth, of integrity, and that's not always easy. To see yourself, to see the patterns that are hurting yourself and other people, and to be willing to change them. That's the magician work. That's the alchemical work. Like, seriously, so many people avoid that work. And that's where you're shining now, and that's where you get the benefit of the rewards. This is where the good karma is getting credited back to you, is you're no longer identified with either the overgiver, the people pleaser, or just anything you were identified with that was not self-serving, not what I want to say is was not honoring you at the highest and other people, because we honor people the highest form that we can by being true and real with ourselves, not obviously in an egoic way, in a soul way. And you can tell vibrationally if someone has done their egoic work and their soul work and is being soul led. And I just feel like you are one of those people. So it's so much easier for you to recognize who is real and who isn't real with themselves. That's what I'm seeing. So, let's dive into some more messages. I'm going to pull from some oracle cards now. I think I'm going to start with, this is the Mystic Mondays Astro Alignment deck. Oh, okay. We have Pisces, Earth, and Pluto. Wow, that's an interesting combo. Pisces, Earth, and Pluto. That's so interesting because they don't quite, like, none of them quite align with the other, but as they're coming together here, they're making some kind of dish, some kind of energetic meal for you to digest here. And something about bringing the non-physical to the physical, and how much power you have in that now. I feel like this is expanding on the magician energy, because Pisces, we have, this is the dream world. This is, the last sign before we start over in the zodiac, and it's the transition back to the void, back to the nothingness. And with Earth and Pluto here, it's making me think like, okay, you're taking the powerful dreaminess of Pisces and then you're making it physical. You have the power, Pluto, to make it physical here on the physical Earth. And that's maybe what you're starting to play with or getting more comfortable with, is your own power to be able to do that. And I wouldn't be surprised if you've been seeing a lot more synchronicities, having more manifestations, having more alignment. It's because you yourself are a clearer vessel. And when you're mastering both the physical and the non-physical, then you really get to have some fun and spice it up in life. More so because you actually are dancing with life more. You're participating more. It's not life is happening to you. It's like I'm co-creating with life. And so there's a lot of power here, is what I feel in the energy. And it's just showcasing, again, how much work you've done to get to this point of being able to do this more so. And I think it involves as well, like, the release, because I think about Pluto and I think about Pisces here, and even going back to the Earth energy, it all goes back to the void, right? Like, we're born, we have this life, and then eventually we come back. It's not ever set in stone. So there's just this natural wave and ebb and flow that you've been getting into so deeply within yourself, and having to release the expectations about when things are going to happen, how they're going to happen. And it's more just about listening to your inner self and honoring what you're hearing. And maybe it tells you to slow down when you want to speed up. Can you honor that? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing with this energy, is very dreamy into the physical, and it's very profound. Okay, friend, let's pull next from the animal deck. This is the deck. I always have the decks listed below in the description. Ooh, okay, one was ready for you. It is immense growth. Immense growth. Number 15, the vulture. Vulture comes to speak to us about the wisdom of the sacredness of suffering. In Buddhism, the first noble truth is that all life involves suffering. It is not something to be escaped, but to be accepted. Only when we accept this law of our existence are we able to transmute and grow from suffering. Vulture sustains her life by living off that which is dead. She does not interfere by bringing a quicker death to her prey. Instead, she allows it to endure what it must, and its suffering ends in its natural time. This mirrors back to us the importance of patience. There is a profound lesson in the name of the turkey vulture, meaning golden purifier. They indeed purify landscapes by removing decomposing carcasses that could spread disease and harmful bacteria. In the same way, vulture cleanses the land. Suffering purifies the heart from and removes the veils of ego. Suffering comes in two forms. Both are meant for growth. The first form is inflicted upon us and out of our control. The second form is self-inflicted, created from the attachments and illusions of our ego. Whatever form your own suffering takes, you must first accept it. When we resist the pain, when we resist aspects of ourselves we do not like, when we resist rejection, we perpetuate self-inflicted suffering. It is only when we accept it that pain begins to do what it was meant to do, transform us. This is the genius alchemical process behind acceptance. It transmutes. Vulture's medicine asks you to understand that pain, suffering, and trauma hold an energetic power. It is your choice whether to allow that power to attack you or to transmute its energy into your greatest asset. If you choose the latter, within you, a hidden gift will be revealed far greater than all your pain. And that's where I feel like you're having this mastery, is becoming, in this sense, like the turkey vulture. Not perpetuating, not trying to quicken death to, make the process go faster. It's very much about just acceptance and releasing those veils of ego, needing something to be done in a certain way by a certain time. Those things are really becoming less important to you because you understand more now the natural process of things, of life and death. And speaking of turkey vultures, I'm on a farm right now and we have a couple turkeys and they literally just showed up at the window. Yeah, so I guess spirit is really here. So if you hear gobbling, that's them. They're very social and love to be around people. They just don't love to be touched, but they want to be like next to you the whole time. They're funny. Yeah, so that's what I feel. It's just perpetuating this mastery that you've done around letting go of needing it to happen, and yeah, just letting the transformation process like do its thing. That's how I feel. Okay, lastly, my friend, I'm gonna pull from the I Create My Reality deck. Best message from my friend from this deck. So funny, that's the card that wanted to come out, and I put it back in, and I was like, well, if it's really gonna want to come out, it'll come out, and now here it is. So it really wanted to come out. It says, always move forward. a little superwoman here. It says, I learn from today to become a better version of myself tomorrow. Ask yourself every day, what have I learned today? If possible, write it down. Keeping an enlightenment journal is a great idea. Read it as often as possible to remember the lessons you have learned. They are your treasure. Every day, every experience comes with a lesson. Make them worthwhile. Choose to live with greater wisdom every day. So that is the message. It's the message. Yeah, and I think this is all just confirmation of what you've been doing and continue to do, is like to really just look at everything as serving you and what can you take away from it and what can you learn from it. And in that way you always keep this humility with you in your energy. And yeah, and then that way you're never getting too stuck. And yet at the same time it's helping you to know what you know so you can claim and create the things that you're wanting to create, because you're looking at things now based in truth and not based on what your ego wants it to be. It's just based in reality, and that's the best. So, oh, they're knocking at the window. They want attention, but then they don't want to be touched. So, they're funny. Yeah, that concludes your reading, friend. I hope it brought you nourishment and confirmation for what you've been going through and sensing at this chapter in your life. Come on back whenever you need more nourishment. My channel is a library of timeless mystery readings. I have my link down below for readings and to work with me. And until the next one, guys, we'll see you on the next reading. Bye.